Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing what if Naruto, uh, well, what if Kurama was not sealed in Naruto? He just went there. So, to say it's easier to understand, basically, Kurama, was put in Naruto, but there wasn't enough time to seal him. So he's basically in Naruto, but he's not sealed. If you're asking yourself, why isn't he coming out? It's just because he thinks that he can make this kid powerful enough for him to, um, like, not, just be very powerful and kind of like a father figure. He doesn't really know how it is, and plus, Naruto didn't do anything bad to him. So maybe if he's not sealed and everybody thinks that he's dead, nobody would bully him because he knows that if he's sealed, it would be bullied. So it's kind of complicated, but that's how it happens. So Naruto grows up. Nobody actually bullies him in this timeline because they don't know Kurama is in him. They think he is. I mean, some of them do, but it's only like some high-ranked ninjas, but they don't really have the time to, bully a child. So, yeah, basically that's what happens to Naruto. So he wants to become the Hokage, since from a young age he knows that Kurama is in him, since Kurama raises him. But it's a secret to the rest of the world except for the Hokage and just some Anbu that trains him, sometime. So I think it would be some Anbu, probably, um, probably some Anbu we don't know, except maybe Itachi sometimes, because the Sharingan technically can control the QB, so that's why sometimes they send Itachi to, watch Naruto while he's training. And in this timeline, since, well, Naruto and QB can, are friends, like more like a father-son relationship, well, he can use Naruto alone without, asking Kurama's help. He can use, just KCM1. So he looks like that from a very young age, only when he uses the mode. So he's much more smiling, and he actually has some friends, since this time his name is not Naruto Uzumaki, but it's actually Naruto Namikaze, since, well, there's no really reason to hide his name. So everyone's like, yeah, he's the son of the fourth Hokage, and he's very strong. Probably, we don't really know, but he's probably a prodigy, which is true. So actually, when Naruto is the age to go to the academy, he goes to the academy at around the age of, I think it's 6. So he goes to the academy, and he's so OP, and he studies so much, that, plus, I mean, he knows a lot of things that other people don't know, since Kurama has, been alive for so long that he knows everything, and he also knows everything about Kaguya and the Ten Tails and the Otsutsuki and all of that. And so he tells all of that to Naruto from his young age, and Naruto knows so much. He knows actually more than the Hokage himself, and he's actually around, Kage level smartness, or even more. And he knows so much about the world that he actually, skips classes a lot until he's actually the youngest kid to ever, finish the academy, since he finishes at the age of 7, equal with Itachi. So actually, Itachi does kill the Uchiha clan and, goes away. But since Naruto knows Itachi very well, and, in this time he's around as popular as Sasuke was, but way stronger. So he had success with girls and all of that, but it wasn't his main objective. But he would still be cool. So Naruto actually will he would become a genin at the age of 7, and he would become a chunin 6 months later at the age of 7.5, and then around the age of 8 he would become the youngest jonin ever, I think. So so from the age of 8 to 12, which is still 4 years, he's gonna go in with Jiraiya, since Jiraiya trained his father, and he's even more prodigy than his father. Plus, he befriended Kurama, well, ever since he was born. So yeah, so he learns Sage Mode, and he uses Sage Mode around the age of 9, since in the original timeline it took him around a year to learn it, and right now it's gonna take him a year. So he's 9 years old, and he can use Sage Mode and KCM1, kids. And he can also use KCM2 now, because he's trained with, with Jiraiya, and he can use KCM2. So he's, very strong in this timeline. So then Naruto is around the age of, 12, even though he looks older than him in this picture. But he's around the age of 12, and he becomes, we assign him to Team 7. So I'm actually going to make Team 7 composed of Sakura, Sasuke, and I think, if I remember correctly, the last, the worst genin of the school, of the academy, except for Naruto, I think it would probably be, Kiba. So it's gonna be Kiba, Sakura, and Sasuke. So they're gonna be assigned to a team, and Naruto is gonna come in, and he's gonna be, all smiling and all. And everyone's gonna like, hey, who's that kid? Is he new? And they're like, no, he's a Jonin. He's the team leader. So he would be wearing a Jonin vest and all that, and they're gonna be like, what? A Jonin? But he's the same age as us. And this makes Sasuke, kind of angry, because he's like, he's the same age as me, and he's better than me, and he's a Jonin. But I don't think he's probably not as good as people think he is, and we're gonna see, So Naruto comes in, he's like, here, I'm gonna take my team, Team 7, Sasuke, Sakura, and Kiba. So Kiba would start, being kind of like Naruto was in the original timeline, and Naruto is just gonna be kind of like Kakashi was, but more smiling, because we don't see Kakashi's face, so we don't really know when he smiles. Except, besides that, they go on the rooftop and they present themselves. So Kiba just says something like he wants to be a clan leader, and something we don't really know what he says. Sasuke says that he wants to kill Itachi, and Sakura says she wants to be with Sasuke. And this time Naruto knows more, and he has, in this timeline, he has, at the age of 12, he has more experience than himself at the time of the fourth Great Ninja War, just before it starts. So he's around, as if he was going to be around that kind of experience, even though he befriends Kurama. So he actually is, OP in this timeline, and he can use a lot of techniques, and he actually learned the Rasengan, the Flying Raijin, he actually makes the all the techniques that he knows basically in the Shippuden, at the end of Shippuden, except that in this timeline, since he's actually around as strong as he was during his fight against Madara Jinchuriki of the Ten Tails. So he's around, yeah, he's really strong. He's around Kage level strong, but he doesn't want to become Hokage right now since, well, he's too young. So he's gonna just, he's gonna, I think, he can probably become Hokage at the age of, 15, I think. So he's gonna be, just a Jonin for 3 more years, and then he's gonna become Hokage. That's his plan. So, 3 more years, and that's around the time he can use his Genin Sword and make them strong. So, he does the bell test, and at the bell test, actually, Sasuke, Sakura, and Kiba think they can take him out easily since, they're 3 against 1 and they're all the same age. So Naruto in this timeline doesn't have to go Sage Mode or, well, KCM. So he's just gonna fight them easily. In this timeline, he's been with Jiraiya for a long time, and he's done some research. So he's gonna be, reading the book again, kind of like Kakashi, but in this timeline, he's way stronger than Kakashi was. So he easily, knocks Kiba out. Sasuke goes out. He's not really good at Genjutsu, but he's pretty good, but, not very good. Like, he's as good as a non-Sharingan user could be. So he puts Sakura under a Sharingan, a Genjutsu, and Sasuke attacks him, and actually, he fights Naruto, and he uses Fireball Jutsu and all of that. And then Naruto is like, well, you're really an Uchiha, you're really strong, and that annoys Sasuke, because, like, how does he know the Uchiha clan? And he starts getting angry, and all of the frustration, not being able to beat someone of his age, ended up making him, go kind of crazy, start screaming, and he awakens up in one Tomoe Sharingan. And so that happens. So Sasuke fights, and Naruto's like, oh, one Tomoe Sharingan. That's great. You're gonna be able to train that with Kakashi. He's very strong. Well, you can ask him sometime. So then they fail the test, but they try again, and this time Sasuke and Sakura and Kiba are like, okay, we gotta use teamwork. He's way too strong for us. And the moment they start using teamwork, he's like, you pass. It's great, you pass. So Sasuke, Sakura, and Kiba start doing D-rank missions, for about a month, and they trained a lot. Then Sasuke and Kiba are like, we want, harder missions and more exciting missions. So that's when Naruto's like, yeah, sure, and they do a C-rank mission, and that's when the line of waves arcs start. So I think I have no idea how long this video is, but I'm just gonna do, I'm gonna leave it here, I think. So, thanks for watching. Leave a like if you want a second part. I'll drop it, like